contest for us because we get to see what Canadians are cooking, which is a lot of fun. We get to see what their travels have inspired, their families, the regions they live in. And this year we decided to take a little step further and divide it up into 4 categories and have the 4 winners from each of those categories come to the test kitchen and compete head-to-head. It's a fun contest, but it's a lot of work. The test kitchen staff actually goes through every one of the 1,000-some-odd entries that we get. This isn't a computer-drawn thing. These 4 people were narrowed down from a playing field in which we looked at every single recipe, scrutinized the ingredients, the cooking methods, the general recipe for the flavor and the feel of it. We narrowed it down to 16, which will all be compiled together in an online publication in October. And then from those 4 categories, in each case there was one that stood out, and those are the 4 people that are here today.
I think probably what I learned is that people think that cooking has to be more complicated than it needs to be, and that people want to do more as opposed to less, and the ones that I found that were the most successful were doing least amount with the most honest ingredients.
Even just reading them, you could tell that there was something special to each one of them, and that they would be tasty recipes even before making them. Well, ultimately it came down to taste. So I was looking for a recipe that was delicious, and this one was. And then in combination with that was also looking for a recipe that was well written and easy to follow. You know, sort of you could tell the person's familiarity in the kitchen by their words.
First off, I was really excited to see how many entries there were in the vegetarian category, just to see that much interest in it. Those were the ones that really stood out, that had interesting use of ingredients, simple methods, and creating dishes that really were great for entertaining. I think the thing that really stood out with the finalist was that her dish is something that I don't think a meat eater would necessarily miss the fact that there wasn't meat in this dish. It's kind of meaty and elegant on its own.
His was the tastiest dish of the bunch, and I thought used interesting ingredients with the addition of the quinoa that he serves his lamb and roasted carrots with.
It's not that important, but here you want to make a good impression, and it has to be timed right, it has to be cooked right, it has to be the right temperature. So that was a bit nerve-wracking, and actually the last 15 minutes were a little bit hard, so maybe, but I don't think I could have planned it differently, because there are certain things that you have to leave for the last minute.
I tried to cook with as much love as I could, because I think that's really all you can do when you're cooking, especially if you love it. Generally, family style in my family means just, here's the pot on the table, help yourself.
They all were fairly similar, they were very close, but there was one winner, and the winner is Tanya Chagata. It was hard to make a choice, but congratulations.
Great choice.